Hello. Welcome back to See What Sticks, a podcast about everything and nothing. We're recording from Cancun, Mexico.
Hello. How are you all? I've missed you. And please, while we're recording, enjoy the beautiful sounds of Cancun, including water splashing, children playing, wind blowing, and all sorts of other exciting things.
Guys, Emma's back, and we're on a porch in Cancun.
Whoop, we're here.
But yeah, so we are back in Cancun, and that's what this episode's about. That is coming out late. I am sorry, but I hope to actually do another episode from Cancun at some point and release it at a later date, just to kind of get ahead of them. So Emma's not on every 15th episode.
Excuse me, I try.
Do you try to what?
Let's just say I didn't have a perfect attendance record in high school. Actually, I did, but still.
What a nerd. I also did. I didn't get any detentions in high school.
Okay, speaking of detentions, we might as well jump into that one real quick. I went throughout my entire school career until the last month of my senior year of high school, and I got a detention, and it ruined my life, it felt like.
Can you get closer? They can't actually hear you. It's not coming out. Sorry, I'm leaving that in as well, because people should know how this podcast is made through magic.
No, it's just because you don't want to edit.
You're right, I don't want to edit. Okay, this probably is better. Okay, can you talk now?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, now they can hear you. That is all staying in.
Wow.
Oh, I'm also chewing gum while doing this episode?
I was eating an apple, but I was told to stop.
You can eat the apple.
No.
Eat the apple.
No, I don't
eat
eat
it.
apple. No. I was eating a fresh apple from Cancun. Those Cancun apples, but no.
I don't think they... Oh, there's water. Yep, we are outside. Did I say outside? We are outside. But no, we are actually like on a porch.
All right, so getting into it, what are some fun things to do in Cancun, Mexico? Take it away, Russell.
Wow, that's what you like to do as well? Good job. So we're bringing that segment back. The interrupting people's thoughts. What are some fun things to do in Cancun? What is fun here? The beach.
That took you way too long to find something that you found enjoyable from this place.
So, not a sponsor of this episode, but I wish they were, because I'd be rich. We're staying at a place called Moon Palace, which is right outside of Cancun. It's the biggest resort in Central America, and it's like part of Palace Resorts and Hard Rock Hotel Resorts. It's two brothers that own them, and so we're staying at one of them. And it's really nice. There's, I think, like 36 restaurants here inside the resort. There's a bunch of trips you can go on. We just went to Chichen Itza, the pyramids.
Chicken pizza.
Yep, we just went to Chicken Pizza.
And fun fact, that is the seventh wonder of the world, or part of the seven wonders of the world.
It was just recently added as
so
the
it's
seventh.
The seventh, yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful place, wonderful thing to see, very interesting to figure out how Mayan people made things like that without wheels and tools. So,
Yeah, well, they had tools, but they didn't have like...
Hey, don't profile, man. They're probably really good guys.
But they didn't have horses or oxen. Is that the right? Bovine creatures. They didn't have any of that. So they had to build pyramids and all these buildings essentially by hand, which is really impressive. And in the jungle down here, which I walked half a foot in one, and I'm like, I'm going to die. But, so that's really cool. That was something. We went sailing.
We did go sailing.
As you guys know, I sail sometimes.
It was real romantic until we got a giant salty wave in the face.
Yup. No, it was really nice sailing.
Yes.
And then we hung out by the beach, hung out by the pool and like cabanas, and did your basic touristy garbage.
Yes, it was quite enjoyable. The food here, let me tell you, we had some 5-star fish sticks the other night, and it was glorious. So
what we had was, it was an appetizer. They were essentially like tacos that were deep fried. Just the tortillas were like fried.
It was a tostada. It was, don't worry, guys. It's called a tostada.
Is that what they were? They were tostadas?
Yes. Remember when you were like, that means fried?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Russell's brain is actually still back in the States. We're waiting. They have to ship it in. I think we didn't pay for priority, so it's going to be a couple weeks.
It's going to get here on Friday before we leave.
I don't even know about that.
Yeah.
We're just going to wait.
Okay.
They'll ship it back to the States. Keith just left it.
That's fine.
We're functioning without it.
Oh, yeah. I've been functioning without it quite a long time.
True.
God, my brain.
Have another drink, Russell. Speaking of beautiful alcoholic drinks, let me tell you, mojitos.
Why are you being a salesman?
My new favorite, because I love
You're
to
like,
sell.
on the left
I just said
floor.
sell. Yes. Mojitos.
Why did I say on the left floor? It's like on QVC, it's like, on our left, we have the sharpest knives available for $29.99.
See,
It's like the
I've
old
never actually
woman.
sat and watched QVC, so...
It's just a bunch of older people trying to sell you garbage that you probably already have.
Why do you watch it?
It's just
Something
like a
you
joke.
do for your late night enjoyment.
No, I actually... Okay, I'm going to do a shout-out. One of my buddies and your buddy, friend of the show, Ryan, works for QVC, and I didn't know what they did. I actually did not know what QVC did until I looked it up. And I'm like, oh my god, QVC is this thing? I thought QVC was just like a normal programming channel. They just do infomercials. Or
No.
would you call those infomercials? What are those?
Sales pitches. I don't even really know how to... I can't remember what they're called.
But-
You know do you watch Shark Tank?
Yeah.
You know the long-haired blonde?
Yeah.
She's the one that like runs that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
QVC.
Are you going to say more things?
No.
It's just like you're starting as a list, but you just stopped. Sorry, guys, I'm chewing gum. Yep, we all want to hear Emma's lip smacking.
Those are yours. You could try and blame it on me all day.
So, last week on the show, we talked to people from Comic-Con, and it was a good time with Curtis. And this week, we're going to go real hard step back from interviewing people to talking about things like we normally do.
Yes.
But hopefully, a few of those people that we talked to last time will be reoccurring characters in this universe of See What Sticks.
But it's...
So I asked Emma earlier this week, so you know how a lot of podcasts or shows in general have what their like followers or their fans have a name, like Star Trek, they're like Trekkies and stuff like that, and for other podcasts they have a name for their fan group. What are we going to call our fans for See What Sticks? What stickers?
Post-its.
I like Post-its.
Hey, y'all Post-its. I don't know. Write us in. Tell us. Do you have any ideas? Think of something funny or punny, because obviously we can't.
Yeah. I mean, it's a miracle that we thought of See What Sticks as the name for this podcast.
It probably would have just been left blank.
That would have been so funny.
Intentionally blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Title, insert title here. Untitled podcast. I'm sure
True.
someone's already done that as like a really meta. Oh, look at me. I'm so casual and meta about my podcast.
Have you seen the Casual commercial?
No, I have not.
Maybe it's not a commercial. It's something on Facebook I've seen multiple times, and it's where like this girl's just like, I just don't care about anything, and she just keeps saying that throughout the entire
Is that
clip.
like a Rick and Morty podcast? Like real fake doors?
No, it's not a podcast. It's like a video, and I don't know. Like, it's a company similar to BuzzFeed, I think, that's doing it.
To BuzzFeed?
BuzzFeed. And so yeah, you should watch it. Just try and find it and show it to you. It's really interesting.
Near your house, there's a place it's called Real Garage Doors. It's when driving back from your house to my apartment.
Uh-huh.
It's called Real Garage Doors, seriously.
Is that going through the center of my state, or?
Yeah, it's by the Art
Going the back
Institute.
way.
It's going across from the Art Institute buildings, like the three pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
It's like across. It says Real Garage Doors, and every time I pass it, I'm like, real fake doors.
True. That's where I live. That's the things we do around there. And if y'all don't know where I live, a good little giveaway would be as
Look
you
at a
enter
map.
the
You drop a pin anywhere. That's where Emma lives.
Yep. No, a good way to tell is a particular billboard when you enter the state that I live in has a sign, and it says Jesus is real, and as you're passing, the other side of the sign says hell is real. They're actually implementing that right now with our university, or they were before I skedaddly-daddled on out of there. People would stand there just screaming at you random things, including telling you that your top was too low or no man should wear pink shorts. Very interesting things.
So yeah, that's a thing that I think a lot of universities
Words
do. I have a bunch of friends who go to universities in California,
Mr. Personality.
but they also allow that on their campuses, just to have people like what are they, preachers? What would you call them?
I don't know what they
because
are.
they are
They drive me
religiously
nuts.
based.
I'm going to be honest, whether it pisses you off or not, it drives me nuts. I'm like, hey man, I'm just trying to get to class at 6:30 in the morning. I don't really need to hear this, or nor do I want to hear it, so please don't call me out on shit. Just saying.
Yeah, so there are people swimming underneath us, like actually. But yeah, no, that's the thing.
Enjoy the sound of children's laughter.
Frolicking upon the water. The Room, The Room, which is a really good, horrible movie. But yeah, so on the Hell is Real thing, that is a real
Why
sign.
Why did you just say The Room? Were you going somewhere with that?
Yeah, I was. So the room that we're... Okay. My brain. Okay, so the room that we're in right now is looking at a pool, and there's actually a pool underneath us as well because we're on the second story. Mm-hmm. And there's like a pool legitimately, like you could jump off the balcony into a pool, and that's what you guys are probably hearing if you can hear the splashing. But we're also recording this at... Is it 7:41 or 8:41 here?
Here it's
7. Oh, so my computer's right. Oh, it's connected to the internet. Of course, it's right. Okay.
Like we said, Russell's brain is still in transit, so I will be watching the USPS tracking for a little while. Actually, it won't be USPS; it'll be FedEx.
Yeah. But so another thing we're going to talk about on this is some things that we personally like to do because I've gotten an overwhelming amount of emails, and by that I mean 3. Because it's hard for me to read, so that's overwhelming for me as an adult human. Oh, and we're going to talk because it's my birthday this week, so we'll do some of that as well. So what are some things you personally like to do on vacation so people can get to know us a little better, or you because you're never on the show anymore because you don't like the show?
Excuse me, it's definitely not because I don't like the show.
She's creating an See What Sticks hate mail page.
I had to get a car.
What kind of car did you get?
I got a Mini Cooper, and yes, before everyone starts rolling their eyes and groaning, like, oh my god, you bought a golf cart, which seems to be everyone's favorite thing to say to me, or a covered golf cart. I'm sorry to be specific.
Golf carts are covered.
It is a golf cart, and it is covered, and I love it. And I don't care about y'all's hate on Mini Coopers, because you know what? It's the best car I've ever owned.
I've never heard someone hate on a Mini Cooper.
People hate on Mini Coopers. They're like, what stupid cars? And I'm like, why would you say that? It gets me from point A to point B, like I ask it to.
More people hate on my car.
Dude, no.
Seriously, people call my car a gas guzzler, but I get like... Seriously.
Yeah, it's because you were around a bunch of interesting people. I'm not going to name call. I'm going to be a nice person tonight, and I'm on vacation, so I'm going to be more positive.
But yeah, okay, so Emma...
I get great gas mileage on my car, actually. I get over to about 565 to 600 miles to one tank fill up.
Nice.
Yeah, so 0. What are you staring at? You freak me out when you do that. He stares behind me sometimes, and I don't know what's going on, so then I have to turn around.
Have you ever seen the Babadook? It's just like...
Yeah, I've seen the Babadook.
Yeah.
Multiple times, actually. It's quite
really
good. It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Sad. Very true. Good movie. Anyway, back to where we were going with everything. Yes, I got a new car. It was Fantasto Blasto.
It's powder blue.
Yes, it is powder blue. It's got Union Jacks all over it, and it's honestly the coolest little car ever.
For you who are out there, the Union Jack is not the Confederate flag. Union Jack is the British flag. Because I said Union Jack to someone, they're like, why do you have the Confederate flag? It's not. It's the British flag. It's the name of it.
Yes, because as we all know, Mini Cooper, or if you don't know, Mini Cooper is owned by the BMW automotive company. Which
is German.
Yes. It's a European car company.
But Mini is British.
Mini's the bomb. I don't care what you want to call it.
Yeah.
Mini is the bomb, and I love it. But anyway, moving on. Other than that being my first big adult real person purchase, which was horrifying if any of you have not done that yet, because let me tell you, it's literally the scariest thing ever, and you feel like you're going to shit yourself because you don't know if shit's going to work. AKA loans.
Okay, so on literally any other note...
Crippling debt. Anyway, so moving on. Things I like to do on vacation. Things I like to do on vacation would be laying out and getting some sun, because where we live, we don't get that very often, and we turn into very poor, sad, angry people.
Yeah. No, that's real. I think your vacation habits are a little different than mine. Mm-hmm. And that's not a bad thing. So on vacation, I'm the weird guy who likes going to work out and doing things all day.
Well, I never said I didn't like doing anything.
No, I'm the guy.
Assumption. Why are you profiling me?
Oh my god.
You look at me like, wow, you're a basic white girl. All you like to do is sit around by the pool. That's exactly what you just thought, isn't it? No, you just profiled me.
No.
I'm kidding. No, I'm not.
Okay. So on vacation, I'm the kind of person who likes to go to the gym and do something 26 hours a day. But Emma is the kind of person who likes going to the pool most of the day. And yeah, so what? Okay, so if you were left up to your own devices, what would you do for a day here?
Eat. For sure, eat a lot of food. So I want to be honest. This
So
place,
okay,
Okay.
wait.
Fine, I'll interrupt you next time you try and talk.
Oh,
Then.
I'm
Does it
sorry.
make it difficult?
I'm sorry.
How hazard is it?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, try and say something.
Okay, so
Anyway, what were you gonna say?
I'm sorry. Okay, say you wake up at 7 a.m. What is your day, hour by hour? Like, what's your itinerary?
If you make it real specific, I can. But
As specific as you would get with any itinerary coach? You know how there's like time management people?
what? People actually need those.
Well, think about it. If you're like a CEO and you have like your assistant, that's what they are. They're like your time management person.
They're not your time management person. They're your life secretary.
Oh,
That's
okay.
too dirty.
So fine for your life secretary. Okay.
I would roll out of bed, probably throw my head on top of my head. Yeah, my hair on top of my head, because, well, down in this kind of weather and my crazy-ass hair texture, it will be all over the place instantaneously. So throw my hair up on my head, wash my face, not even care about makeup because it'll be gone anyway, and put on some real comfy shorts and tank top with bathing suit and waltz my little butt out to somewhere that looked nice, whether it be by the beach or the pool, one of the two. Sit there for a minute to wake up while drinking coffee, and then I would march myself all the way to a breakfast buffet, because if you didn't know, that is my absolute favorite place to go, is a breakfast buffet. Not other buffets, breakfast buffets.
Okay, I have a question for you.
What?
So, would you rather go to a breakfast buffet, but someone is going to kick you really hard, like in the chest, like ninja kick you in the chest, and you don't know when it's going to happen? Or you have to eat like just leftovers from a little kid who's just like licking his hands and everything.
Ninja kick to the chest.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but other people's kids gross me out. I know it's like sounds so shitty for me to say that, but it's very true. Like when other people's kids are just snotting all over themselves, I'm like, oh my god, please don't touch me. Like I am such a germaphobe.
The little kid with the snot
Stop.
bubble.
Stop. Oh my god, you're actually gonna make me vomit. I can't handle that kind of stuff. I used to be a babysitter. Thankfully, the kids that I babysat were actually like angels. I want to be honest. They were fantastic children. And they make me hope to God my kids are somewhere close to that, because if they're not, I'm going to be in hell for at least 18 years. Yeah.
Okay, so next, after you get kicked in the chest at the buffet, what is your...
The buffet.
The buffet.
What is my... Oh, after
What's
you
your
get kicked in the
next
chest
thing?
at the buffet, I'd probably walk back out and see what's happening at
See what sticks.
Probably see what's going on at like the events, because they have these big boards standing up here that, like of different events that they do every day and like times and things like that, and probably try and find something to do with that.
What she means by that, to be more specific, they have like water aerobics and like beach yoga and like sand volleyball and
Literally
stuff.
everything you could think of. So I would just find something to do like that, most likely. Then I would probably take myself to the spa, which I got to do earlier today, and let me tell you, it was probably one of the world's most glorious experiences I've ever had.
So talk to him about what happened at the spa. You already talked to me about it
at the
earlier in real
spa,
life.
I'm going to be real honest with y'all. That rhymed, and I'm real proud of myself. I had a chocolate wrap massage, and before you start thinking that it's someone just pouring chocolate syrup on you, it's not quite like
Turn
that.
you into a human chocolate sushi roll.
That kinda. So it's the resort here has a beautiful spa. They actually have two. Their spa has gotten so big they had to have two buildings for it, and you get there and they're like, here's a robe, and as soon as, okay, listen y'all, I've only ever had like pedicures. I don't do like this whole spa massage thing, never really have. So it's a new experience, and I was like, I'm gonna try something new. Alright, so let's keep that in the back of our heads. I get there and go to check in, and this lady just hands me like my ticket, and she goes, here's your locker, your things are in it, and she's like, please take off all your clothing. I sit there looking at her for a minute, and I'm like, do you mean like all my clothing? Using like the hand gesture of like, do you really mean all my clothing? And she was like, yes, all your clothing. And I repeated again, are you sure? All my clothing. And she was sure. So I was like, well, someone's gonna get an unpleasant surprise if this was a misunderstanding. Okay, what?
I have one thing to add to this. For people who don't know what spas are, when you said the word spa, it made me think of something, one of my favorite things in the world. And I think maybe a few people out there will get this reference, but as soon as you said you were going to spa day, it made me think of this, and it made me happy, which made you happy, which makes them happy. Here's what I'm adding. Let's see if it works. Sorry, we're on Mexican Wi-Fi in a resort.
You've been really stressed, so I thought I would take you for a spa day, just you and me.
What the?
I'm sorry, guys. It's buffering. Unfortunately, that didn't work. I thought that would work better. But there's a thing from a toy site in Philadelphia where D takes Charlie to the spa. And he's like, spa? You mean spaghetti? And the whole time he goes to a spa and he brings spaghetti in because he's like, you're not finishing that word. It's spa what? So he's like, no, it's just spa. He's like, spaghetti? It's great. Emma's giving me this look like, I hate you.
I'm not.
But okay.
Anyway, it was a chocolate massage. It was a fantastic time.
But what else happened after they made you remove all of your clothes except your big white 90s socks?
Nope, those had to go too.
And your fanny pack?
Yep, and a fanny pack, which I own a fanny pack. Let me tell you, if you don't own one, you should really invest because while I know you think they look goofy, they are one of the best inventions ever. I can confirm. Anyway, so moving on, you like put on your robe with nothing on underneath, and we all know the like fear of the open front robe of, oh my god, is it gonna come untied? And you're just walking around with all these other people.
Wait, I thought by robe you meant it was like a hospital one, so your butt's out. I don't know why. When you said robe, I thought it was like a hospital one, so it's open.
That's a gown.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought your butt was just out.
Yep, no, I'm just walking around my ass out. I mean, half the girls here anyway. Nope, didn't say anything. Anyway, so we're there and walking around. They're like, would you like something to drink? And there's like jacuzzis everywhere and alcohol. And I mean, really, honestly, anything you could want. So then they call you and you go back to this other room and you walk in and it's just like dark. And when I say dark, it's like that weird dark where you can kind of see, but it distorts everything, so you definitely don't know where you're walking. It's not too dark for you to be like completely like just you can't see.
So is it like waking up in the middle of the night to go pee dark?
A little bit lighter, so it actually distorts it. I'm not kidding, and it just makes you like. And there's like this kind of carpet runner to get where you're supposed to go, and you're like, stay on the line, like all this stuff is raised. I have like morbid social anxiety, so this is what races through my mind doing things like this. So anyway, they take you back to this dark room, and you're laying on these like really ergonomical looking chairs.
I don't know if ergonomical is a word.
Ergonomic, I don't know. Anyway, you lay on those, and you're really comfortable, and they call you again, and this time you meet your masseuse or your therapist or whatever term they like to use. And she was very sweet.
Massagerizer.
Yep, a massagerizer. She's super, super sweet girl. And so we go back, and long story short, the first thing they start with is a chocolate exfoliant or a chocolate exfoliating mask all over your body. So think about taking like a Hershey's bar and melting it and putting sand in it and then scratching it all over your body from head to toe.
I feel like that would hurt.
It feels really good, actually.
Wait, are they scrubbing like your butt?
Well, no. I mean, there's areas of your body that you don't touch.
So are they just taking a Hershey's bar and they're putting some beach sand in it?
I mean,
they're taking
I'm
on like
sure it's a little more advanced than that.
You
But
know
then
those
again,
things?
it couldn't. I don't know.
You know those things to smooth out walls? They're like that painters used to have like the coat of stucco on walls. Is that what they use? Just like grind up your butt with sand chocolate?
No.
This is what in my mind happens at a spa.
They like put it in their hand and they you can't really see what's going on, but you can like kind of assume because you can only hear because they lay a towel over your face. Well, over your eyes, not your face. It's like a little bit waterboarding-esque. But anyway, so they begin to like exfoliate your legs and your arms and your chest, your neck, all like that area, your stomach, and it's super, super relaxing. And so then like you're sitting there, it just smells like chocolate and not like fake makes you want to vomit
like
Easter candy.
Johnny Depp's chocolat?
No. Well, no, I don't think. I don't know. How do you think it smells? None
Like
of us
Johnny Depp's chocolat. Like the
I
movie
guess
Chocolat?
Kinda.
Like, is it like sensual chocolate?
Yes.
When you think of the word chocolate, but it's like the green M&M chocolate where it's like sexy chocolate?
That's...
Yes. Is it
wow,
sexy?
I guess, yeah. You're a little bit overwhelming right now with the visuals.
So
but
it's sexy M&M chocolate.
yes, it is sexy M&M chocolate.
Okay.
So they exfoliate you, and then, like, as you're pretty much half asleep, you get tapped on the shoulder, and they're like, Missy Sima? So she's like, can you please stand up to take a shower now? And I'm just like,
I like how you almost committed to the accent, but then you didn't.
Thanks. And anyway, I was like, what are you doing? Anyway, so you get up and you take a shower, and when they first turn the
What
shower
kind of shower
on,
is it? Is it like just a bathroom shower? Is it
it's like a public shower. There's a bunch of people watching you.
really?
No,
I
it's a
don't know.
private shower inside the room that you're getting the massage, actually.
So
you don't leave the
is
room.
there like, so you're in like a, is it, so it's like a doctor's office kind of room because you're on a bed, like massaging bed, but there's a shower in the corner?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Very similar. Way more relaxing and lots
But
of
yeah.
nice like aromas and things. But anyway, so you take a quick shower, and it's very cold in the beginning until you figure out, because it's one of those unmarked showers, so you're not
it's
sure
either
which is
boiling
hot or cold.
or ice water.
So I figured it out, thank God. And then you like get out and dry off real quick or whatever, and they tell you like, oh, go lay back down on the bed, and they like, actually I forgot to add a really interesting detail here. They have these like things that they use for you to cover your bits and pieces, and you know me not having any spa experience, I'm like, are they just gonna like, am I gonna bear it all? Like, how is this gonna happen? And no, they give you like a hospital equivalent of like of a hairnet with leg holes cut in it. And it's like blue, and you put that on, and you have like this little thingy that covers your upper half, and you just like put your arms through the little elastic holes, and it's like a little strip that goes over the front, which is very nice actually. It makes it much
Do the guys
less,
get that as well?
Probably, yep, they get the upper one. It makes it much less awkward in a lot of ways, because you kind of have the freedom to like walk around.
So
without-
are all of your massagerizers women?
Mine was. I only had one, but yeah, she was female. She's very nice. Anyway, so then you get back and you lay back down. You have to put on your new little bits and pieces covers, and they begin. So I thought this was it. Like, I thought that was the chocolate, like, because it smelled like chocolate. So I was like, oh yeah, that's like the thing, right? Nope, no, it's not. They're like, please sit up. So your face is covered still, and it's like kind of dim in the room, and your back is like totally exposed. And keep in mind, we've been laying on like those nice warm towels. When you stand up, it is like a rush of cold air. And then she proceeds to literally slather liquid chocolate on me, like actually.
Why
like,
didn't you try taste it? You said you didn't try to taste it.
I know. I'm sure everyone's thinking the same thing. I don't know. It smelled incredible. I'm gonna be honest. Like. Hey, look at the plane too, by the way, guys. You get
We are
all the
actually
noises.
recording this outside.
Yeah.
For those who did not believe.
Wow. Yeah, that's a real low-flying one. Anyway, so moving on. Yeah, so they begin to slap this chocolate literally all over you. And then while they're doing this, I neglected to notice that I was laying on plastic now. And remember when I said it was a wrap? Yeah, it's a wrap. They literally wrap you in what feels like saran wrap covered in liquid chocolate for a small while. And so she covers you up and like wraps you up in your little like burrito self, and they have this like,
Can you say burrito again?
burrito
You said burrito.
and they have this like weighted blanket that's literally just like a liquid filled long pocket is like the best way
A
to
tube.
No, it's not like a tube. It's like flat, like a blanket.
So is it like a
It's like-
giant ice pack?
It's like if a duvet cover was able to hold water.
So like a huge ice pack,
Yeah,
essentially.
but it's full of water and it's heated. So it's like this weighted, heated blanket that they roll over you. And oh my lord, let me tell you, if I could take it that home, I would, because it was a beautiful experience. And then as you're sitting there with this warm blanket and ooey gooey chocolate, which I'm sure some people are like squirming right now, it's not as bad as it sounds. They proceed to give you a scalp massage, and oh my god, I actually fell asleep. It was a fantastic time. And
Do
then,
they use like their fingers, or do they use like the scalp massage like ball things?
No, they use like their actual fingers, and they get in there. And at one point, it literally feels like your brain's gonna pop out of one of your own nose holes, and it doesn't.
You mean your nostrils?
I say nose hole. I know it's a nostril, yes.
Em only has one nostril.
I do.
It's only one big
Yep,
one in the
just
middle.
one big, huge one in the front of my face. Anyway, so you go through all of that, and then you're like totally in the state of zen, and then they just begin ripping things off of you. Now keep in mind, you've been under a heated blanket with warm molten chocolate all over you, wrapped in plastic. What do you think's gonna happen when they rip all of that warm stuff off of you? It is cold. Then you're told to go shower. So it's just real cold, and there's just chocolate everywhere, and you're trying to get it off, and like it's just not happening, and you're still getting out to dry with this white towel, and it's still brown, and you're like, I showered for so long, and you think you got it all out and gone, but it's not. So then you lay back down, but this time they want you face down. And so I get out of the shower like hunky dory, everything's great, and those little like tidbit covers aren't laying there. So I'm like, oh, she must have forgot, right? So I'm sitting there in a towel, and she goes to like check on me. And there was a little bit of like a miscommunication. So she thought I asked her to give me another minute when I was actually asking her for a tidbits cover. And so she just left, and I was still standing there in a towel waiting to see what to do. And so then she comes back like a third time, and I'm finally able to get her attention. I'm like, hey, can I get one? She's like, no. And she just kind of stood there looking at me, and I was like, what is happening now? But they like want you just to cover yourself with a sheet at this point, face down. And so yeah, let me tell you, trying to lay down face first and cover yourself up with a sheet
is very graceful.
Difficult, especially when you're looking at your own naked body. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anyone's really like proud when they're doing that. I mean, I'm
unless
not.
you're like Ryan Reynolds.
True, I'm not like Ryan Reynolds, but
sometimes I wish I was like Ryan Reynolds.
Don't we all? But anyway, so wow, another client busy tonight. Anyway, so then after that, she proceeds to actually rub a chocolate moisturizer on you. This time you don't have to shower it off, thank God. It just smells like an actual Hershey Kiss. And then they like proceed to give you like a full body kind of massage and everything else, and then you're done. They're like, here's your robe. I put it in a warmer the whole time we've been getting this done. So you put on this warm, toasty robe, and they're like, would you like anything to drink? And as soon as you get the robe on and open that door, they're already there with your drink, ready to give it to you. And they like walk you back out to like where you're supposed to sit and wait. And then she's like, thank you. And that's it. That's your chocolate massage. And now I smell like an actual Hershey's Kiss. Yeah. And it's the best thing ever.
So I'm sitting across from Emma at a table outside, and it's windy, and I can smell the chocolate.
It's
like seriously.
Amazing. And no, it's not like sticky chocolate. It's not like the kind of stuff that makes you feel like sticky.
It doesn't smell. It doesn't smell like if you open up a chocolate bar or even chocolate milk.
It smells more like cocoa.
Yeah,
like
it smells
cocoa
like
powder kind of thing.
It's like, you know, when you go through the grocery store or you have a bag of coffee beans, it's like that, but like for cocoa beans. So it's not super sweet smelling, but it's that really nice kind of. How would you describe cocoa and chocolate? There's a very specific smell.
It is sweet. It's like sweet smelling, but not like sickening sweet.
Yeah.
For those of you who've ever
sugary.
like had the opportunity or have the opportunity to get one, I do highly recommend you do it because it is a fantastic experience, and I would do it again tenfold any day of the week.
I had the opportunity to go do that today, but I have a really bad, debilitating fear of people touching me. Mm-hmm. And it's not like, ooh, people touching me, because we've done huge music festivals and concerts. It's not like that. But I guess like if I'm naked laying on a table and people come in and start like picking and prodding at me, I know it's different, but
it's not as bad as it sounds. Like, in all honesty, it's really not. I was fearful of that because I also am a little squeamish about just some random person getting all up on me kind of thing. But it's actually a fantastic time. It's super relaxing, and it's weird, but it wears you out. I don't know why. You would think that after something like that you would feel like so rejuvenated, but you don't really get to rest. It's a very like up down kind of process, and you have to be like listening to see if they're gonna like ask you to do something or move or like roll over.
Yeah.
And so like you can't really like totally lay back kind of thing.
They don't have like a spatula. They like turn you over.
Pretty much, no. Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's still like just absolutely incredible though.
Well, I'm glad you liked your spa experience. We actually have time to do another one this week, so I may do it since you have such a glowing review of it.
Yes, I would suggest the chocolate.
There's one that helps with burns, and
Try
let me
it.
tell you, I have sunburns, guys and girls.
He is Neapolitan ice cream right
So,
now.
Emma told me that I should go tan before we came down to Mexico. I was not following that advice for two reasons. One, actually Emma's incredibly tan right now because she tanned for the last like month before we came down here. And you look fantastic.
Thank you.
So I didn't really know tanning was a thing before this. I mean, I did. Yeah, there's tanning beds. Everyone knows that. However, I didn't realize you go into a tanning bed naked. There's one in my apartment. Not in my apartment, but like in the complex.
You don't like have to go in naked. You wear like shorts or something.
So I went in there naked. I was very scared I was going to burn my penis in the tanning bed. This was my biggest fear. Seriously. This was the biggest fear going in. I almost wore swim goggles in because I've seen those videos where like you have the little goofy gogglets. But I didn't. I closed my eyes. But it was very warm, and I was scared that the front of my penis would get burned, so I only tanned it twice. And let me tell you guys, did not do anything. The inside of both of my legs are so red, it looks like I was chafing a storm up. It's because I fell asleep on the beach with one leg over the other, and because the sun is an evil laser, it burned the ever-living shit out of the inside of my left leg. So now, when I work out or go running or anything, it legitimately feels like my other leg is made of sandpaper, and it's super comfy.
Yeah, see, I haven't had that problem. No burns here. Also, it's been actually somewhat cloudy, like half of yesterday and today, so we haven't really had any big fears of burning.
Yeah.
We've been primarily doing a lot of things throughout the day, and we're more so outside at night. We're kind of more nightlife people, I suppose.
Yeah.
Until it gets to like 8 p.m. and then we're both exhausted and elderly. But, yeah, so things to do. Spa is definitely like up there for sure. And then going like sightseeing, like we did to Chicken Pizza.
Yeah, we went to. If you guys don't know what Chichen Itza is, look it up.
It's beautiful. Absolutely fantastic place. Highly recommend it. If you ever go to like Yucatan, you should definitely check it out.
And then tomorrow we're going to Ekbalam, which is another Mayan city.
Yes.
Which isn't as famous, but you can actually climb the temples because they're not pyramids. They corrected us.
Yeah.
You can climb the temples there.
Are we going to Eshkaret? Or did we scratch Eshkaret?
We scratched Eshkaret for swimming at dolphins and going snorkeling at
in the coral reefs.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so for all y'all, like, there's a lot of words and a lot of things happening right now. We're going to Ekbalam, like Russell said yesterday, which is another area in which those temples have been found, the Mayan temples. And okay,
we're
he's doing
swimming
these
in the
strange,
cenote.
yeah, I was gonna say he's doing these strange motions. There, at Ekbalam are located these like beautiful cenotes, and one of them they actually have available. Sorry, I found chocolate exfoliant behind my ear.
Cenote,
Give me a minute. I was getting
okay.
there.
Yo,
I found exfoliant behind my ear. I'm picking chocolate out of pieces and places. A cenote is a giant underground hole, basically, is the best way to describe it. And within that hole is water.
What do we call it in the U.S. or in English?
I actually don't know.
Sinkhole.
Oh.
And they're connected to underground
That's
rivers.
An ugly name.
I know.
Cenote. But anyway, we're going there, and they have these like big, beautiful, fresh springs in them, and they're just absolutely stunning. And so, like those crazy pictures you've seen on like Facebook and everywhere else where you see this like big beautiful like turquoise lake kind of thing, and then above it looks like another, it's like a cave and it's got a hole in the top of it. It's very similar to something like that, so we're both very excited to go see that. And then like Russell mentioned, the next day we get to go swim with the dolphins around here and go snorkeling in the coral reefs, so we are absolutely pumped. And on that same day something very exciting is happening. And
Wait, what day are we talking about?
little Wes has his birthday.
You're right. My birthday is... Are we talking about Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah, my birthday's on Thursday. Sorry, I got a text.
Send him a happy birthday. He loves it. He likes the attention.
I don't.
He pines for it.
I do not. Please don't send me anything.
He will. He would love it. You would make his day. Seriously. Post him to
Please
see what sticks Instagram, because it would make him a happy dude.
I actually post on my Twitter. It's See What Sticks. It's our Twitter, except Emma doesn't use it, so technically it's my Twitter.
I'm more of an Instagrammer. Anyway,
but yeah,
please post
thanks,
to him.
Emma.
He would appreciate it. It's his 23rd birthday, to be specific, so he's becoming an old man.
I have so much gray hair already.
You do. We both do.
Yeah.
He's not old enough to rent a car, though. He's too mature for that.
Yeah, I'm old enough to have gray hair and be sad, but not old enough to rent a car. Double
Not
standard.
even like a nice like economy car, like a nice like Subaru.
You know what I'm doing the first time I turn 25. You know what I'm doing?
What? Are you gonna buy a boat?
No, I'm renting a Lamborghini.
Oh God. Do they even have those for rent around you? Okay.
You can't get them from like Hertz or Avis, but they're...
Well, I would hope not. That's a little intimidating.
But there's like companies where you can rent a Lamborghini for a day. Like, you know how you see those movies where kids go to prom in a Rolls Royce? It's like that. You have to rent those cars, but it's like $600 a day.
Yeah.
But you rent a Lamborghini.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, you should do it.
Yeah.
I agree. We should. But we're going to celebrate his birthday, and one of those is going to a favorite restaurant of his. So it'll be fun. Take it away. Tell us about the restaurant.
I wasn't prepared for this, guys. I didn't realize I was on a podcast. Yeah, I hope we go to this Brazilian place. And if you guys have never been to a Brazilian restaurant, even though we've talked about them on this podcast, if you haven't listened, you should. You should go back to listen to all of ours. Do it now. Pause this, go back to listen to all of them, and then come back, because this is about 39 minutes. Cool. Welcome back from listening to all the other episodes.
Yes.
Thank you for listening. Okay. It's a Brazilian restaurant where essentially they come around with skewers. Oh, God.
Do you need to go to bed?
Yeah.
I'll help and I'll take it from here.
They come around with skewers of meat, and you have like this wood chip that has a green on one side and a red on the other. And if it's green, it's good to go with more meat. Red, no more meat. Essentially. Did I explain that well or no?
No. So you have this cup on your table, like you said, it's red or green. Red means stop, green means go. We all know that. We all drive, hopefully. Some of us.
That's my phone, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like, what was that? Anyway, so when you flip the cup to green, go. They go, and when they go, they bring constant flow of skewers of meat to your table. And they just start slicing it off by like every little bit and piece until you are literally stuffing your mouth with meat when they're asking you if you want more.
You want meat? Then no more meat.
You can't even open your mouth to say yes or no, and you're just sitting there sweating and crying as they're just like shoving meat down your throat. It's literally the best experience ever, although it doesn't sound like it. It's a fantastic time, and everyone should go to a Brazilian restaurant because it's so fun.
Yeah, and if that falls through because there's reservation issues, there's another seafood place that's really good.
Did you have like a minor stroke earlier today? I was getting a little concerned.
I think I sweated too much at the gym. Now all my liquids are gone. Turning into a prune.
You are a prune.
But that's the other thing.
Yes. So that's a little bit of what we've been doing, what we're going to do, what's happening around here. It's a thrilling experience. Seriously.
Yeah. Oh, Emma went on a plane for like the first time in ever.
Pretty much, yeah. The last time I went was when I was like, well, I'm just going to say little. When I was little, and I flew back home the day after the liquid scare hit TSA. So I have not been on a plane for a very, 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 very long time, and this is actually my first time out of the country of USA, and it's been very positive. I've actually not had any of the whole international travel passport problems or anything like that. It's actually incredibly smooth sailing, and I haven't had any hiccups or anything, knock on wood, but seriously, it's been fantastic.
I'm glad you've really liked it, and I'm glad it was with me.
Yeah, I am too. I also didn't get plane sick.
Yeah.
For the
oh my god, there were so many people
people.
There was 6 people or maybe more who just kept going through trash bags on the plane.
Vomit.
Now, I don't want to get too into it for people who are kind of squeamish, but I felt so bad because, all of them looked like they were Americans. Mm-hmm. That means they have to go back.
Oh, yeah. That's another, 4 hours of doing that again.
And we flew out of O'Hare, mm-hmm. which is in Chicago, which is a really far flight. So I'm guessing most of the people who flew down here aren't from, Southern California. So there's no way they'd get a shorter flight. Because if you're flying out of O'Hare, that means you're from Chicago or even further somewhere else.
Yeah, that could have just been their layover
area. And I just feel on the plane there was a little girl who was sick as well. I'm I'm so sorry, but don't get near me because seeing or smelling vomit will make me vomit.
It makes a lot of people sick. It makes a lot of people very sick. I mean, there were a couple parts of that ride that when we were descending, I was kind of ooh,
yeah,
God, my stomach's in my throat.
Yeah, you get that weird that sinking feeling.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what is weird? The smell of Parmesan cheese has the same chemical makeup.
I love Parmesan.
No, I love Parmesan too. It's one of my favorite cheeses. But it has the same chemical makeup as vomit. Seriously, look it up. So, for people who love Parmesan cheese, you might also love the smell of vomit. It's real. It's the same kind of chemical smell. I don't know why. It's this fermented smell. Sorry, everybody. There's one person out there going to listen who's eating spaghetti damn it. I'm sorry if I ruined spaghetti. Or lasagna, which is essentially spaghetti cake.
True.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. A fun thing that we get to do tonight is go to this beautiful French restaurant they have here on the resort.
That apparently you have to wear closed-toed shoes to.
As Russell found out last night when we came for our reservation.
So, okay. Let me defend myself on this. I've been to this resort a couple times in the past, and there's nice restaurants here. There's not nice restaurants. There's kind of all calibers of food where you can get a la carte, you can get buffet, whatever. There's 2 or 3 other nice restaurants, but I've always worn sandals to them because you're in Mexico, you're on vacation. You bring a pair of like gym shoes, a pair of sandals, and maybe some like shoes for the beach. So I wore sandals, and they're like not like just normal flip flops, like nice. And they're like, "Sorry, sir, we have a dress code. You have to wear closed-toed shoes." And I was like, "Well, shit." So we rescheduled for tonight, and I will be wearing my closed-toed shoes. And if they tell me tonight that we have a no closed-toed shoe policy, I'm gonna be real upset. But that was the thing with that, and I am excited to have French food. Guys, I ate snails for the first time today. I ate snail ceviche, and it made Emma sick, and it was so good. And I know people are like, "Why are you eating raw seafood in Mexico?" Because I live on the edge, guys. If you can hear that, Emma's eating an apple. Yeah. So, sorry, I was just getting a text.
Rude?
I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But yeah, what do you guys like doing in Mexico?
Cool, we do too.
You didn't give him time to think. But what? Holy Jesus H. Christ. I thought that shadow right there, so we're sitting on a balcony. I thought that shadow was a small child looking out at me like this, like up against the window, like out of my peripheral. That pillow looked like the head. I just thought it was like a little kid in there. I'm like, sorry.
Dude, you were like paranoid.
You're right. I'm paranoid of small children listening to me podcast. But yeah, we're doing that. Tomorrow we're going somewhere. Thursday we're doing a thing. Friday I think is another relaxing day. And then Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening we're leaving, which is really sad.
Very. I don't even want to think about it.
But yeah, maybe if we have time we'll do another one and have like the next episode of this show will be a recap on Mexico as a whole and what we thought about it and would we do it again or recommend it to you. The answer is going to be yes.
Oh, yes, of course.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to the next episode.
True.
Also, in one of the future episodes, we're going to have a first on See What Sticks. We're going to have Emma on the show and Russell plus a guest. Because it's never happened, because usually I schedule the guest and Emma's like, sorry, I'm buying a car, or sorry, I'm sick, or sorry, I can't make it.
Guys, I try.
She does try.
I work a lot.
Yeah, she does. Emma works really, really, really hard. So
Thanks,
everyone
man.
give Emma a round of applause. Okay, so so we're going to try to do that, and I think we're going to have Curtis on, or Althoff, probably Curtis and Althoff, but I don't know if at the same time, because it'd be really hard. And for the people who haven't listened, I consider myself okay at computers. I'm not good enough to be able to figure out how to integrate a call with the microphone, with the computer, with the podcast. So what I do is I have them FaceTime me, and I set my phone up really high next to the microphone, and the audio quality is okay, I would say. It's not great, but it's definitely okay for a call-in. But for 2 different people calling in, I think that'd be a little hard. But the Comic-Con thing went well, so we're going to see what happens. But hopefully, if anyone else is listening to this around this time, which is middle of March, and you're on vacation, or you're listening to this on a vacation, I hope you are also enjoying your vacation and don't get sunburned on your thighs. I will tell you, as a first-hand experience, it is not fun. Laying on a bed hurts. Wearing shorts hurts when you have burned thighs. Emma's doing the thing where she's playing the world's smallest violin to my sad, sad song.
See, here's the thing about all of this that makes me laugh most is that he asked for assistance to put sunscreen on before we went out, and I did all of his upper half, and then he was like, no, I can do my legs by myself. What part of him sunburned, guys?
It was my legs.
Because someone neglected to spray the inside of their legs, so they went bare-skinned out into the middle of, like, Mexico.
And for those of you who are listening and don't personally know me, I am exceptionally pasty.
This dude's translucent. Y'all can just see right through him. You're like, oh, look, there's an organ.
Yeah, my tummy is so blindingly white.
It's to the point where the resort managers aren't even offering to give him some shade because they're like, you need a tan. And I'm not even kidding about
Seriously.
that. We've actually had someone who's like, you need a tan, my friend.
Yeah, so we were laying in a cabana, and there's people who are like fixing up stuff by the pool. We were laying there, and it's like, oh, while we're fixing this up, do you want us to close this because part of it is missing? And I was like, no. He's like, yeah, you need to tan, senor. And you literally said it like that. I'm like, oh, I guess I do.
Yeah, it's been really fun. A lot of the staff that work here, honestly, are just
the sweetest,
such great people. It almost makes your vacation
better
to have them. Yeah. It's like they're just great.
Yeah.
I've not met one person here yet that has been like anything but absolutely hilarious and giving Russell a tough time, which is where we both can always hit it off.
Yeah. That's how people get along usually around me, is they both find something to make fun of about me, and that's how other people become friends. They're like, look at that guy.
They're such romantic people, too, though. It makes me laugh. Like, they're always just super romantic, and they're super like, when are you going to get married? When are you going to do all these things? And they just start...
And then I automatically have a panic attack.
It's hilarious.
And these are things that I'm not bringing up on the podcast either. So any other topic. Hey, look, there's a nice wall there.
Okay, but it's really funny because we did have a guy who has 3 kids. Well, 2.5. One's still baking.
Okay.
Kids. And
technically he has 3 kids.
Technically. And he's like so excited about life, and he loves his wife and everything else. And he was like telling us that he'd only like dated his wife for a couple months, and then like they got married. And he turned around and asked us, he's like, oh, so you're married? And we're both like, no. And he's like, oh, so you're engaged? And we're like, no. And then he was just like, oh, well, how long have you been together? And Russell's like, 2 years. And this dude stops the golf cart and turns around and just stares at Russell.
He was about to smack me.
He was. He was just like staring at Russell. Oh my God, I not laughed that hard in a while. It was hilarious. They're all just so funny. They give you a tough time about everything here, and it's just the best.
No, yeah, it's a really amazing experience. And if any of you go to like Cancun or want to go experience Mexico for a very Mexico light, it's like Diet Mexico because it's very Americanized here. Mm-hmm. Moon Palace is really nice because you can go out and see culture if you want to, or you can stay in the resort.
Or you can be around people who aren't used to culture, and then they're like real assholes.
So this is another thing. Before we finish, I did not really realize how rude people were.
True.
I really didn't. I didn't get it until there's a few people we've seen here and walked past where I think most people will say please and thank you and smile at people and just understand the rules of a situation. However, that's not everyone. I didn't know that. Or you're supposed to wear, like, no shirt, no shoes, no service. People don't follow that here. There was an overweight man who was wearing a bathing suit too small for him, running through a buffet, trying to find a bagel. And I'm like, what is happening?
Then, like, we're on this bus, right, heading to Chichen Itza. And to get there, you go through a lot of the local towns. And, I'm going to be honest, this is, like, the middle of Mexico. There's a lot of towns in there that just...
aren't super developed.
They aren't super developed yet. They're not. And that's fine and understandable, and they're still all like the world's nicest people. And this lady sitting in front of me literally had her phone like smashed to the glass of the bus, taking pictures of these villages. And she literally was just like, oh my God, it's so poor here. I'm sending this to all my friends to show them about how bad it is down here. And I'm literally just like, bad? Like, there was like trash on the side of the highway, and she's like, do they not pick up after themselves? And I'm kind of like, first of all, they don't have like a super industrialized waste management system yet. I mean, we're working on it.
Well,
They're
Mexico does, but this is like what you call like a reservation.
Yes, it's like
these are
way
Mayans.
out there. Yes, and so like it's not like they've got a lot of interference going on right now. Also, like they're street cleanup, like that's not a big department. They're a little more worried about other things that they know they need to be worried about. So it's like, okay, this isn't the U.S. Like things are gonna be a little different, and it's just like this sense of entitlement / judging that people are passing on it, and it's just like there's so much untouched forest here,
and the Yucatan.
and it's beautiful. I mean, I just can't even begin to describe to you how gorgeous it is. And the resort we're staying at actually sits very high up on a hill, so you can look down across the tops of the trees. And there are people who are constantly just like, they need to bush hog all this and turn it into this, that, and the other. And it just breaks my heart that people are like that with our world, because
and how,
it's
like,
a beautiful
naturally
place.
beautiful it is.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, and I would hate to see it go.
And another thing that's interesting about the villages here, I mean, yes, there are Mexican towns, yes, there's all this because it's a normal country where normal people live, but where we were going on the way to Chichen Itza, around there of course it's Mexico, but it's almost like a reservation that you would find in the U.S. So most of the people who live there are Mayan descendants and Mayans. So it's a little different than going to a Mexican town. It's almost like a modern Mayan town. Mm-hmm. So they run the show a little differently. And I think a lot of it, some people, yes, want to be more and develop, but others kind of just, they want to be the way they are.
That's how they've always been. And it's like, I don't think any of us should have the room to say anything about judging them, I guess.
Because they can judge us on our lifestyles as well.
Exactly. And I mean, I judge us because we kill anything that lives and looks pretty, so...
They're probably like, why are these two hacks doing a podcast? What losers.
True. Very true.
And like, they're such beautiful people who have like, they built
such an amazing culture.
everything.
It's just everything
Yeah.
in Mexico is an amazing culture. I honestly can't even begin to like describe this place in words and how amazing it is, how amazing the people here are. And it's just like, unfortunately, I think that everyone looks at Mexico with not great
unfortunately
ideas.
certain people put bad images in other people's minds.
Yes, and it creates a bad image of what Mexico is, and it breaks my heart because it's nowhere close to this.
No.
So, I mean, of course, there are bad areas of Mexico, just like there are bad areas of the U.S. and every other country in the world, and it's just like, you take the good with the bad, but you gotta appreciate the good, and unfortunately, no one appreciates the good, it doesn't seem, and it's very sad.
It's like the United States. There's Detroit. I'm sorry,
peeps.
Detroit. But
Yeah.
seriously, it's the same kind
just,
of thing.
Yeah, so it's like you can't hate an entire country.
For like one little bad area. And all the
Yeah.
people here, like, I mean, yes, there's probably people who don't like everyone here, but like the people we've met, even not in the resort, just people walking around, are so nice. They're like, hey, dude. And we're
Yes.
like,
Oh my God, it's so funny. They try to relate to you, and it's just like, I mean, it makes me happy, but at the same time, I hate.
It's because it's like us saying like hola to people.
Yeah, and it just kind of makes me sad though too, because I mean, when we're down here, we try and use as much. I mean, I'm not even close to fluent in Spanish, but I try and use as much Spanish as I know, because it's like I'm in their country, and I'm gonna, try and learn their language and everything else. And it's like some of the people we've been around are just like, learn my language,
Or they're like,
kind of thing.
Dos aguas.
Yeah, they're really sarcastic about it, and I'm like, that's just so rude. Like, they speak English, but like, just try and be kind. It's just the biggest thing. Be kind, y'all. Don't be a dick.
One of the most interesting things that I learned when I was down in Puerto Vallarta doing stuff was a big thing with one of my buddies who's a Mexican sailor. He said, it's important for us to speak your language better than you can speak ours. And that, like, it's really humbling when you go up to random people just in Mexico on the street, especially when I was in Puerto Vallarta, where we're just like a village, or like a little community outside of Puerto Vallarta, where you like go up to people and you start speaking Spanish, and they're like, oh, no, dude, I speak English. And you're like, oh, wow. And like, I mean, it's not like wow, but you're like, oh, damn, you speak English way better than I speak Spanish. And it just kind of like takes you aback.
Yeah.
But
it's just a very like high sense of entitlement around here, and it's just very sad in some ways, because it's just like, I don't know. It's these people live here. They love their homes.
The main moral story is don't be an entitled ass.
Yep.
Everyone is the same on the inside. Be nice to people, and they'll be nice to you. And also go explore the world,
and you
because
can
it makes it
learn
better.
so much, even from like the workers here at the resort.
Yeah,
like
just ask them
it's
questions.
just people like look at them like they're just things to do a job, and like it breaks my heart, because like they have so much insight into what goes on around here, and they really can help you out with a lot of things that you need help with. That's the best way to put it, really. And they're just always so willing to help. So go Mexico, you rock. I love you, and I honestly don't want to leave. So it's been a great experience.
No, I'm really glad you've had a super good experience with it as well. It makes me really happy that you've had a good experience.
I mean, the food here, oh my lord, I can't even begin to describe to you. We were actually on the way to Chichen Itza. We stopped in like a very small town, and within that was like this really cool like Mexican hotel, and they
run by Mayans.
Yeah, run by Mayans. And they served like authentic traditional Mayan food while we were there for a little like lunch break, and it had like a little store in the front. It literally was like Mayan Cracker Barrel. I'm not kidding you. It was the best experience ever. And the food was to die for. They had hibiscus tea, horchata. I mean,
the people who were like in our tour group were like, I don't want to drink that. And they like ordered a Dos Equis. I'm like, oh my god.
Or Coca-Cola, which is what literally everyone was drinking, and I'm like, this is literally what Mexico thinks of the United States. Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, horchata is like a sweetened rice milk.
Yeah.
And it is incredible.
Where are the nipples on a rice plant?
On a rice?
On a rice? Where are the nipples
on a
it?
rice.
Oh.
Sorry guys, we got another low flying plane apparently, which we usually don't have this many, but interesting. Anyway, yes, beautiful place, beautiful foliage, beautiful animals, beautiful people. I mean, everything here's just beautiful.
But you didn't answer my question.
What?
Were the nipples on a rice
I don't know, man. We'll have to
milk?
research that, to Google it later. But
Yeah.
it's been a fantastic experience,
Wait.
and I'm...
Can you describe pigeon milk? Because I know this was a thing. And the first question I asked is, do pigeons have nipples?
No, pigeons do not have nipples. I don't know why this even got brought up or how this got brought up.
You said rice milk, which made me think of pigeon milk.
No, but like I don't even know who brought up pigeon milk with us, but
yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know why I'm sharing this with you, but fun fact about pigeon milk does not come from a pigeon nipple. It comes from a pigeon's mouth because all birds have something called a gizzard. I don't know if you were all taught that in grade school or not. I think it just depended where you were at. Mm-hmm. But gizzards are like this weird intermediary organ between the stomach and the mouth. And because birds, or most birds, don't have teeth, ducks have teeth, pigeons do not. So think about when a pigeon's eating like all those seeds and things like that. That's kind of a hard thing for your stomach to digest. The enzymes to get through the seed coating. I'm trying to keep this as like relaxed as possible. So anyway, this gizzard, they swallow things like rocks and oyster shell and grit, which is like ground up rock. And what happens is that gizzard is kind of like a constricting agent, and it crushes all of the seeds and things that they consume, and then it follows down to the stomach. And so that's how they digest their food. Well, when they have babies, the babies can't eat whole seeds without literally suffocating. So what the birds do is they eat a bunch of their seeds and let it go down to the gizzard. They crush it up, combine it with some more enzymes for like nutrients for their young, and
then they spit it back up.
Spit it back up, and it's like liquid white, yellow color typically.
So it's like cud.
No, cud is crushed up fermented grass that's been sitting in the first stomach of a ruminant for a few days.
Emily used to own a lot of animals.
I did.
And is like
I've
a farmer.
owned a lot of animals. Yeah, I owned llamas, which are actually ruminants. Fun fact: they only have 3 stomachs, not 4 like a cow.
Wait, llamas have 3 stomachs?
Llamas have 3 stomachs. Yes.
Do they actually have 3 distinct
Yes.
stomachs? Is that like a real thing?
Yes. Yeah. It actually very much so is. It actually has a constriction point between the 2 and 3 stomachs. There's like a small constriction. It kind of looks like part of an intestine almost.
Why do humans only have 1? I know this is like an evolutionary question for
Honestly,
you.
I'm not really sure why there's like 3-to-1 ratio kind of thing, aside from the fact that we're not primarily herbivorous. And llamas, you gotta remember, came from like Central America, Peru, like that kind of area, and so sometimes water and things like that would be a little sparse. Food, because sometimes they'd have droughts and the grass would all die. So sometimes having that ability to pull up that grass or whatever they've ingested is beneficial to keep them cool.
Another question, since you are an agriculture kind of person. Mm-hmm. Hamsters, where do they come from? Is that like South American? Because I know guinea pigs are from South America.
From what I've always been told, yeah, it's been South America.
So are there wild hamsters? Really? I know it's such
Just
like
like mice.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Just wild hamsters chilling out, doing hamster thing.
That's kind of what I thought. They're like
Yeah.
South American thing.
Yeah, it's really, really common, actually.
But I'll
yeah.
leave you guys with this. Wait, you continue your thing, and I'll load up mine.
Fun fact, we saw a millipede today. I was pretty excited.
And we saw iguanas.
We
and
just
a
seen
crane.
iguanas, cranes,
Deer.
We haven't seen alligators yet.
I saw an alligator in Catamundi when I was coming back from the golf course.
Really? I haven't
With
seen a
you.
catamundi yet.
If you guys don't know what Catamundi is, it's like a lemur. It's like a lemur and an anteater had a baby together.
Yes.
And then an alligator is, it's an alligator.
True.
I don't know if I have to describe an alligator to anyone. Think really big lizard, a lot of teeth, lives in the water.
All right, guys, for your fun bug fact of the week,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I definitely am going to make this a thing.
Okay.
The hard outer shell of a beetle, or that thing that makes the crunchy, crunchy noise when you smash it, is actually called the elytra. Fun fact, let's say it again. Elytra. And that is the hard outer shell of the beetle's wing.
Isn't that what's in the in M&M's?
No. That is not what's M&M's.
Okay, we'll bring that one next week to give you the next bug fact. There's bug parts in M&M's, guys. Aren't there?
No.
You said the M&M shell has like something
The
from...
M&M shell has like a lacquer on it, which comes from a scale insect.
Boom, there we go. That's
It's not necessarily a part of a bug, it's just the synthetic or synthesized version of a lacquer that was produced by an insect.
Okay, that's one for next week, guys. But I will leave you with this.
You've been really stressed, so I thought I would take you for a spa day, just you and me.
A what day?
A spa day.
What is this word spa? I feel like you're starting to say a word and you're not finishing it. Are you trying to say spaghetti? Are you taking me for a spaghetti day?
No, Charlie, I wasn't trying to take you for a spaghetti day. Oh, God, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's okay. That's all right. I'm doing something nice here. I tell you what, let's go to a movie. Want to go to a movie?
Dee, I go to a movie or a spaghetti place with you, and out there I'm the rep.
Okay, there you go. That was the joke I was trying to make earlier, but I finally got it loaded.
I'm so glad we were finally able to play that, honestly. I'm sure it made our viewers' days. But yes, so thank you so much for enjoying part of Cancun with us, the sounds at least, not the sights portion. But it has been a fantastic time discussing things with you, and yes, I'm glad to be back on the show this week.
I have another shout out I have to do because I made a promise, so I'm going to look it up. I'm going to keep saying things. Fill up some time.
Things and stuff and things. So the resort is slowly adding more and new creative things to do here, and one of them is this giant water park with all these crazy ass slides. Unfortunately, not quite done yet, but they're getting there, and it's absolutely stunning. And so we're so excited to come back here in the next couple of years to try it out.
Yep. Okay, sorry. So I'm back. I bought comic books and bought art from Zach Kaplan, Jeremy Caldwell, DJ Kirkbride, and Adam Nave. I'm shouting you out again because I bought your work. Thank you. And if you guys listened last week and liked and looked up what I sent or put out there and like it, you should too. I'm really excited to read it. Thank you for being on. Hey, Curtis, I'm shouting you out again. It's going to be like the Jimmy Kimmel thing with Matt Damon. We didn't have time for you tonight, but thank you very much. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Or when we decide to upload.
Yeah.
Which will be within the next 7 days.
Have a great evening, day, morning, night. I don't know.
Toodles!
Bye.